Hello everyone and welcome back to more Cardinals, more We Just Want One, more Madden 03 playthrough, franchise mode, whatever you want to call it. We're back with another episode. And in this episode we are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are a good team. I don't need to tell you that. You can see it on screen. The Eagles are a good team. They're a good team again. Last year they were the class of the NFC, and this year they are looking to do that again. Well, actually the Rams were the class of the NFC, I guess, but the Eagles were right there. It was a tough battle in the NFC East, and the Eagles were on top of it. So this year they are, again, on top of things. I think they're the only team in the NFL at this point, definitely in the NFC. The only team in the NFC that is really on our level here. So they come in this game at 10-2. We are still 11-1 with our one loss coming in Week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs. We've been on a freaking tear ever since that game. We've kind of found our rhythm, really relied on our young guys, our young pieces, and have really kind of relied on some divine luck to get us where we are, especially after last week when we barely beat our division rivals, the St. Louis Rams, for the second time this year off of a time-expiring kind of Hail Mary touchdown to David Boston. The theatrics of that is just absolutely nuts. I lost my mind when it happened. I lost my mind when I recorded the voiceover for it on that episode. So hopefully this game won't be as emotional, as much of a roller coaster. I don't think my heart can handle it. But this will be a tough game nonetheless because this is a tough team. So they share division standings. Again, it's still a tight matchup as far as wins are concerned, but we have a good little buffer now on Seattle as they continue to win games. So even if we could just kind of bottomed out for the rest of the season and lost out our schedule, it would be a guarantee that we can make it to the postseason. It's going to go down to the last few weeks. So we move along in this game now on our first offensive drive, and already we're finding David Boston deep on that streak, as we love to do, because they keep going in one-on-one matchups with David Boston, and he keeps exposing sorry defenders who can't defend him. So we're just going to keep attacking that position, because that's what we do. The Eagles could be a team that we potentially see in the postseason this year if we were to make it. And I think it's a little fine to start being confident, even though I said it's not a lock yet for us to be in it. But the Eagles are a team that we probably would see again if we were to make it. So this could be a potential championship matchup. Who knows? Don't want to speak too soon, okay? Because I will embarrass myself again like last year. But moving ahead now, we're in the red zone. Plummer's running away from the pressure, and he tries to find an open man. There was a little bit of an opening, but the Eagles' defense is able to catch up to that play and block it. So 3rd and goal, can we punch it into the end zone here as time is expiring, and a man in Plummer's face is going to get in front of the ball. We're going to have to send out Grammatica to take 3 points. A simple 3 points. And Grammatica sends that one through. Bit of a wonky kick, but it does go through. So the 26-yard chip shot by Grammatica is good, and that will give us a 3-0 lead. So on the kickoff again, another pretty errant kickoff. I'm trying to get used to kicking on these difficulties. It's a little bit hard. But Shepard has a broken tackle, and he's got some space now. There's one man in pursuit, and he shakes him off. And now there's one more man in pursuit, but that big linebacker's not going to catch up, and there's nothing but grass in front of him. And Shepard has a kickoff return, a 96-yard kickoff return all the way to pay dirt, and that will end the first quarter. I mean, I'm pretty sure that kickoff return was literally as time was expiring. I mean, there might have been 5 seconds left on the clock. Just absolutely nuts. So the Eagles answer back to our field goal immediately on the kickoff, and now on their next offensive possession, they're going to answer back again as Donovan McNabb finds his man way down deep, absolutely lobs that one up in double coverage, mind you, and his man comes down with that. That is Justin Williams, our rookie cornerback, and Kwame Lassiter in coverage, and they cannot make a play on the ball. So on the next play, they're going to go Deuce Staley on the ground, who's got a nice opening. That big Eagles O-line is going to create some space, and he just about gets to the end zone. But they're going to try again as Donovan McNabb has an awkward pass to his tight end in the back of the end zone, who has to slide to make the catch, but he is out of bounds, well out of bounds. So on 3rd and goal, can the Eagles punch it in and extend their lead even further to potentially 11 points? Donovan McNabb's going to go with the handoff. We have that one well guarded as we have a linebacker punch through the line of scrimmage, completely unblocked, completely untouched. He just squeezes right on through. So the Eagles are going to send out their kicker to punch this one through to extend the lead at least to 7 now. And Wyatt is able to do that, the 24-yard chip shot. Now, I think David Akers left and is now kicking for the Seahawks. I don't know if he was kicking for the Eagles back at this time anyway, but he does kick for the Seahawks, I believe, I think. So Eagles are going to get the ball again, and Deuce Staley is going to continue to ruin our days. He is shaking off a million tackles, but he forgets to hold on to the football, and LaVon Flowers, the big free agent signing for us, picks it up and has this one going the other way. Deuce Staley was breaking off as many tackles as he could, and eventually just the ball got too slick in his hands. He was getting too fancy, just had to hold on to the football. And the Eagles send a cornerback rushing, but Plummer's going to lob that one up to Kyle Hedgel, who had it in his hands. Just bobbled it in his hands and couldn't haul it in. So on 2nd and 10 with just a minute left, can we punch it in? The Eagles are sending even more blitz, and that time we do not get lucky as Jake Plummer finds an Eagles defender who has this one going the other way. Thomas Jones, the running back, has to save a touchdown, a potential pick 6, but so we turn the ball over. The Eagles can't do nothing with that turnover, and we get the ball again, and this time Kyle Hedgel can catch up to the ball and make a play on the ball, and he hauls that one in. And now we have a potential now to add some points of our own. Our defense has bailed us out here of a mistake off of an Eagles mistake, and now we need to get some points here to even this game up to head into the locker room. I do not want to be trailing another dominant team like the Eagles at half like we did last week with the Rams, so we're going to need to pick up our slack here if we want to win this game. So with 28 seconds left to go here, it is a 3rd and 19. We need something to happen, something big to happen. We're going to drop back, roll out, find Michael Coffey on the right side of the field, and he's going to haul that one in and get brought down. Now, the clock is still running, and he's very clearly out of bounds, but the clock is still running. So we're going to have to blow another timeout. Just 20 seconds now. Can we punch it in? Maybe. Plummer's going to drop back and flop that one up to Boston again, and he hauls it in again because he's in one-on-one coverage. And I keep warning them not to do it. Every video, I feel like I have the same internal monologue with these people, with the Madden AI, and they refuse to act accordingly. They refuse. So we are able to add a touchdown at the very tail end of the first half to even this game up at 10 apiece. And we're going to get the ball coming out of the locker room of halftime. So we have an opportunity now to not only tie the game like we just did, but to take a lead now. So McAdley returns the ball up, gets a whatever return, nothing too big. All the special teams heroics, I think, have kind of cooled down for a bit. But we have an early opportunity here. Struggling, we're going to lob the one up to Boston again, and oh my God, what is going on? Why is he doing this to him? Why? Oh my geez, please. It's not fair. It's just not fair. No matter what difficulty I put the game on, he still continues to do this. He won't stop mossing defenders. 1, 2, he just keeps doing it. Another 3rd down situation here. We're going to try and punch this one in inside the red zone. We cannot come up empty-handed on red zone opportunities, and when we find that man across the middle, it gets incredibly easy. Now, I thought the ball was very clearly over the goal line at least. I thought it broke the plane maybe, but they say no. So we're going to give it to Makovica, our touchdown goblin, our very own touchdown goblin, and he is going to pick up another touchdown and do exactly what he is on this team to do. Showing another special teams play, so you already know something crazy is going to happen. On a 4th down, the Eagles are going to punt it here, and Kyle Hedgel, his gloves are sticky. What's going on? They're the opposite of sticky. They're slippery, and it's going to be a scoop and score. Or so it appeared. The Eagles cannot finish off the scoop and score, so they're going to come out on the 1-yard line to give it to Deuce Staley on the next play, and he's going to punch this one in. It was just a wacky play the whole way around. Like, I don't know how he muffed it. I typically do not take control of the punt returner until they catch it because of that. They just drop the ball whenever I do. And I thought for sure he was going to take it in, but he didn't. So we were able to catch up and make the tackle at the 1-yard line. Again, I'm sure they reviewed it, maybe. Who knows? Who cares? But whatever. The game is now tied, but we have an opportunity again punching in here on the red zone, knocking on the red zone's door, and we are officially in it with that pass to David Boston across the middle. It is all reliable. The streak is all reliable. The crossing route's all reliable. If we can find number 89, we are going to get bailed out. So we're going to give it to Thomas Jones. Maybe he can get in on the touchdown fest, and he gets brought down just shy of it. So we're going to have to reload and try this one again here. Go with Thomas Jones on the ground again, and he gets gobbled up. I want him to eat. Come on, we need him to eat, but maybe this is not going to work. We're going to have to try something fancy here on 3rd and goal. What can we do? We're going to drop back, look for an open man, and there's Kyle Hedgel, the man himself. He is wide open. He's booty butt naked running across the goal line, and we find him for a touchdown to take the lead over the Eagles late in the game. So with a minute left to go. Time's expiring, and we pick up barely on 4th and inches. We just barely pick up that first down with Makovica, and that will do it. Victory formation for your Cardinals as we win this game. An absolute back and forth shootout, some crazy stuff going on, turnovers about, a sloppy game of football on both sides of the ball, but it is your Cardinals who do come up big over Andy Reid and his Philadelphia Eagles. Wow. Catch your breath again. Another close one for your Cardinals. I don't know how many more of these we can keep doing before we finally just mess around and lose. I think I said it last game, but, I mean, dude, it just keeps happening. And there you see these numbers. Look at these numbers. The Eagles didn't do anything. They did nothing. Keep in mind, of the 17 points they scored, 14 of them one of them was on special teams, was the kick return, of course. And the second one was almost a scoop and score. They had to punch it in with Deuce Staley. But, I mean, that was essentially, a fumble recovery. You know what I mean? So, on turnovers, they were able, or on a turnover, and on special teams, they were able to stay in. But Donovan McNabb and the rest of the Eagles offense could not do anything. You saw they didn't convert a single third down. So, that one pick is going to hurt Jake Plummer's rating, as his completion percentage was really booty this game. He ate the grass a couple times as well, but we did get some production out of our running game a little bit. We went to Thomas Jones quite a bit, not as much as we do. Yeah, you see the receiving breakdown. It's just nothing, not a whole lot going on. So Elder Sutton had a terrible game, giving up those 2 sacks to Plummer, unfortunately. But Norman Wiggins did pick up a sack this game. Our rookie did record a sack, so that is good. I want him to at least get a little bit. He's not going to light up the stat sheet because that's just not how this game works, but as long as he's doing something and producing a little bit, we'll be all right. So, looking ahead now, it is another huge one, man. This is the absolute gauntlet is the word I was looking for. The absolute gauntlet of our schedule, as we had to take on the St. Louis Rams, the Philadelphia Eagles, and now the Seattle Seahawks. So things are just getting tough for us. But this could have some serious playoff implications if we can win this game, so we're going to need you guys in Seattle. We'll just on the channel to watch the video as we take on the Seattle Seahawks.